Hello everybody and welcome to this week's Wednesday Wizards. If you like what I'm putting on my channel, please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube Life Retuning TV channel. Thank you. So today I'm going to give you 3 top tips about how to keep your New Year resolutions. So we're in the first week back from the holidays and filled with the excitement and the drive of changing our lives, making a difference, doing the things that we thought we'd be doing last year and planned to be doing and committed to doing, and for some reason didn't quite work out last year. So quite often what we do is we set the intention that, oh, this year I'm going to really go for it and, you know, I'm going to achieve what I haven't managed to achieve before. So my first question to you is, take consideration and ask yourself, what has changed since last year that would make it more easy for you to keep your New Year resolutions this year? Because if something is not fundamentally changed with the way you think about things or your quality of life or your doubts about your abilities, for instance, to keep your New Year resolutions, then it's going to be just as tough this year as it was last year to keep them. But I'm going to share 3 top tips with you today. And these top tips are about how you can have a different perception within my 2020 vision that I am running this year. Let me help you to get a different perspective on how to keep your New Year resolutions. So the first top tip I want to talk about is neuroplasticity. Now, you might have heard of this term already. It's the way that the brain is firing and wiring with the synapses, and the way that our thoughts run in patterns. And the more that you think in a certain way, the deeper the grooves get, the easier that pathway gets for your thoughts to go down. So when it comes to habits, breaking a bad habit or establishing a new good habit, what I want you to think about and understand that what you're dealing with is rubber bands, okay? So let me explain how this works. So when you take a rubber band, you can stretch it and stretch it and stretch it. The more you stretch it, the more difficult it gets to actually stretch. And the thing is, if you let go, it pings straight back and it's exactly the same shape and size as before. So this is the way that habits are also in your mind. Because of neuroplasticity, there are particular patterns of thinking that have formed over time. And so when you start stretching your habits and trying to introduce something new, what you're doing is pushing and pushing against the resistance that has been set up in your mind over all that long time. So the first tip for you is to understand that it will take time. You can't just go to a new exercise class or throw yourself fully into dietary changes or take on, you know, some new hobby or whatever it is. You can't just go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to do this and it's going to be easy. I mean, you know from past experience, it's not easy. And this is the reason why, because you have got these rubber bands going on within your mind. So take your time. It typically takes at least 21 days to form a new habit. You need to be consistent. So the first tip is to be consistent. And whether that means you write it up on a post-it note or you put it in your diary, make sure that you don't miss out on your new habit. Don't go into a place of saying, oh, I can't be bothered, I'm too tired, I haven't got the time. Because if you do that, what you're doing is allowing the old pathway, the rubber band, to establish itself. And even if you miss out once, that is going to go back to the old way, and it will be tougher to get yourself back on track with the habit. So that's my number one tip, is consistency. My second tip is to understand that it is going to be something that you need to put effort into, and you need to be kind to yourself and accommodate yourself. So don't beat yourself up. If you do feel that you can't stick with something, or it's not a good day for you, don't beat yourself up about it, because what that creates is just more resistance. So what happens is that you're doing really great. You know, you've gone to your gym class, your new gym class, or you're eating in the way that you want to, clean eating, and you're pulling on this rubber band. And so it's okay, you know, you're doing it. And then you get a day when you are stressed, or you're feeling negative, or you've got no energy. And as I say, what happens is, as soon as that takes place, it pings back and you're back to the same shape and size, and it can be really disheartening. So be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself. Don't allow your inner critic to beat you up about it. It's okay, and you're okay. So take your time. So the second tip I have is be kind and gentle to yourself. The third tip I have for you is to celebrate every single time that you have achieved your new habit. Because what you're doing is you're breaking yourself out of the rubber band of your old thinking and establishing a new pattern and activating your feel-good hormones, your endorphins, your serotonin, your dopamine, which is your feel-good hormones. So establish a connection between your habits and your feeling good hormone. That way, every time that you do engage in your new habit, you will start feeling those good vibrations. And that will help you and help your mind to establish the new connections, the new pathway, and you will create a new rubber band. But this time it will be a rubber band in your mind that you actually want. So I hope this has helped you. Please do comment if you've got any questions you have for me, or you just want to comment on what I've shared with you in this video. I really hope that it is helping. I wish you a very happy week, and I will be with you again next week with the Wednesday Wizard. By the way, I wanted to just finish by talking about the background which I have today. And this is a beautiful painting by a friend of mine called Gary Sandalieri. He does beautiful oil paintings and also uses acrylics. His work is for sale. I will be putting his website details in the comments and the description with this video today. So if you like this piece of artwork, do go and have a look at the rest of his work. He's really got some beautiful pieces. So I hope you're enjoying this one today. I know I certainly am. And I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.